Hi, good morning, everyone. Right, I thought I'd better come on because I put a post on yesterday. It's called Christmas, and I was making the point, and I was annoyed about it. Still, am annoyed about it of the fact they're taking Christmas out of. It's not a Christmas tree. It's Happy Holidays and all that, right? So I said what I said, and I meant what I said. Now, I have had, when I've got up this morning, I have had a lot of messages. Okay. Some nice ones. Thank you for everybody who has commented, watched it, shared it. Please, do you know what? Please keep sharing that, because some of the messages were right. Okay, apparently my views on not wanting Christmas, the word Christmas, to be taken out of those things makes me racist. That was one comment. There was actually two comments that said I was racist because I'd expressed that opinion. I did lose some followers. I can only apologise for anybody who was following me who now thinks that I'm not who they thought I was, and I am some kind of whatever you think I am now, because I'm upset about Christmas being taken out of Christmas. You cannot take Christmas out of Christmas, no matter how much you want to, okay? And this is happening because the wokery and pandering to specific groups of people has just got so far out of hand. A Christian country now has to be mindful of celebrating Christian festivals. Christmas, we have the same thing at Easter. One of the things I do want to say, one of the messages I got was from a lady who happens to be a teacher. She didn't put it on the post because she doesn't want to, for very obvious reasons, which I understood. The school that she's in, she says it's a primary school. I don't know where it is. She didn't name it. The primary school is not having a carol service or a nativity play because of the area it's in, and there were complaints to the school and governors because they were going to do that. Right. Nativity plays, carol services. As a kid, I mean, I was always the shepherd, never got a main part. Do you know what? I was always wrapped in a sheet with a tea towel on my head, tied on with somebody's tie. Like, you know what I mean? I've got memories of that. It was great, all right? It's part of culture. The nativity plays, the carol services, the Salvation Army playing Christmas carols in town centres and precincts. You know, all this stuff, as well as the religious element, there is a whole other, there's a history, there's a culture to it. Even people who aren't especially religious, Christmas is important, okay? And it was important for the right reasons. It was important because it was about family time. There are so many happy memories. Now, two of the comments, or three actually, sorry, I'm just looking at what my notes I've written up there. Three of the comments were, that's because I am old. I think like this because I'm old. My views and opinions are outdated. Christmas is outdated. Yeah, well, they're coming. Every negative comment came from a specific sector of the community, right? And that kind of says it. That kind of sums it up. And the pandering and the wokery has gone mad now. I can't say my beliefs because it may offend a certain group of people. But the rest of us who want to celebrate Christmas, who want to see Christmas up there, who want to see Easter, who want to go to a carol service, who seeing the Salvation Army makes them smile, playing the carols and whatever else, nativity plays, yeah? I want to see all this stuff. I want to walk past houses and see Christmas lights in windows. I want to see this stuff. I want to see it being celebrated. It's important. I genuinely believe and feel it's important. It's not about stuff or the latest or whatever. It's not about any of that, okay? But I offend people by wanting to keep that because it's important. But me being offended and annoyed because it's I'm being forced, it's being taken away. And not because I chose to, because I'm not being given a choice. When you take Christmas off everything, you've got other stores as well. It was pointed out, M&S have done a few things as well, along with Asda. So when you take Christmas out of something, if I can't go, I want a Christmas tree and you're selling me an evergreen fern, if I want Christmas cards and they say happy holiday, if I want Christmas fairy lights and you're calling them winter lights, you are removing my choice. You are taking away a choice, my choice and the choice of a lot of people who want to have that, who want to celebrate it, who it's important to. Okay, so I get that everybody's entitled to their opinion. Everybody has their views. We don't all have to believe the same thing. But why is it? Why have we got, as wokery, got to a point where the choice of the majority, and trust me, it's still the majority, the choice of the majority is just considered offensive and it's removed quietly, hoping nobody would say anything. To these supermarkets and stores and garden centres, did you think nobody would notice? The problem here is they thought, okay, well, if they notice, nobody's going to say anything. Because if anybody does say anything, you get called, as I have been in messages overnight, a racist. I don't think wanting to keep Christmas makes me racist. I don't think being a Christian makes me racist. And anybody who has stopped following me, which one person has stopped following me because they've said that this makes me racist. If you believe that being a Christian and wanting to celebrate Christmas with the word Christmas in it makes me racist, then I think this says a lot more about your mental capacity than it ever will mine. Because for every one person who thinks that I'm wrong for wanting Christmas, there are going to be 100 who think it's right. Because I'm not the only person who doesn't think this is okay. People are frightened of speaking up. And that is the most tragic part about this. Again, the wokery bullshit has gone that far. People are frightened of speaking their mind because of repercussions. And, you know, look, if sitting there is little keyboard warrior calling me a racist and saying, you could tell looking at me I vote for Nigel, then, you know, if that, and this was at 2:00 in the morning. And obviously, I was asleep at 2:00 in the morning, like most normal people. Little keyboard warrior there with your very sad life, and just especially for you. And I'm not going to name you because I'm not childish and mean, but especially for you, because you're probably still going to see it. So because you've not blocked me. So especially for you, I do wish you a very, very, very Merry Christmas. Okay. And I would strongly suggest that you go and speak to somebody, get some kind of counselling, because you obviously need some help to get on with life if Christmas upsets you so much.